Part 2 started. Britain wasn't entirely alone. Commonwealth nations and allied colonies joined the fight, playing key roles in the African and Italian campaigns. Meanwhile, Germany, Italy, and Japan signed the Tripartite Pact, strengthening their alliance. The Soviet Union attacked Finland expecting an easy win, but it turned embarrassing, exposing major military weaknesses before they forced a peace deal. They then annexed the Baltic states and part of Romania. Mussolini, inspired by Hitler, decided it was Italy's turn. He took British Somaliland easily. Egypt went poorly. Greece went badly. Churchill called Italy the soft underbelly of Europe and sent British troops to support Greece. Worried, Hitler secured his southern flank through alliances with Hungary and Romania, then forced Bulgaria and Yugoslavia to choose sides. Bulgaria joined him. Yugoslavia resisted and was crushed. Greece fell under joint occupation. British troops pulled from North Africa to help Greece, allowed Rommel's tanks to push them back into Egypt. But a small force held out for 8 months at Tobruk, denying Germany a critical port. Then Hitler turned east. With 3 million troops, he launched Operation Barbarossa, the largest land invasion in history. Despite warnings, Stalin was completely unprepared. Germany advanced with shocking speed, capturing hundreds of thousands of troops through massive encirclements. Leningrad fell under a siege that would last nearly 4 years. German forces reached the outskirts of Moscow. Then brutal winter arrived. Hitler refused to allow retreat, despite freezing equipment and devastating losses, having never even provided proper winter gear. Stalin then deployed fresh Siberian troops trained for extreme cold. The Germans had no answer and were forced to dig in. Japan, eager to match Germany's success, planned to expand into Southeast Asia, but needed to neutralize American naval power first. On December 7, 1941, Japan launched a surprise attack on Pearl Harbor. They simultaneously struck British colonies across Asia. America declared war on Japan. Hitler then declared war on America. Japan rapidly seized Guam, Hong Kong, the Philippines, Singapore, and the Dutch East Indies, threatening both Australia and India. Their success was built on speed, not lasting strength. Across occupied territories, civilians suffered terribly. In Europe, the Nazis began the horrific atrocities of the Holocaust. Resistance movements rose up, keeping hope alive. When winter ended, Hitler shifted south towards Soviet oil fields in the Caucasus, leading to the brutal Battle of Stalingrad. Soviet forces held the line for 5 months in vicious house-to-house fighting, buying time while factories relocated east rebuilt their military. When ready, Stalin's forces encircled the German Sixth Army. Hitler refused retreat, and the entire army was eventually forced to surrender. For Stalin, total victory. For Hitler, catastrophe. American bombing campaigns intensified over German cities. In Africa, British forces finally crushed Rommel at El Alamein. In the Pacific, America devastated Japan's carrier fleet at Midway, a defeat Japan's navy never recovered from. With Africa secured, the Allies invaded Sicily, then Italy. Mussolini, now deeply unpopular, was removed from power. Italy began surrendering, but Hitler quickly sent reinforcements to seize control of northern Italy. Massive Allied forces gathered in England, preparing the largest invasion in history. Through clever deception, Germany expected an attack at Calais. Instead, on June 6, 1944, Allied forces stormed the beaches of Normandy. Despite heavy casualties, the landing succeeded. Allied troops pushed inland, liberated Paris, and drove Germany out of France entirely. In the Pacific, American forces pushed steadily toward Japan through brutal island battles. Believing surrender was dishonorable, Japanese troops fought to the death at every turn, making each advance increasingly costly. In Europe, a desperate Hitler launched one final offensive through the Ardennes, trapping American troops at Bastogne. When demanded to surrender, the American commander's reply was simply, "Nuts." General Patton's forces broke through, and Hitler's last gamble collapsed entirely. Allied forces pushed into Germany from both directions. The Soviets reached Berlin. In his bunker, Hitler accepted that all hope was lost. Berlin fell, ending his dream of empire completely. In the Pacific, American forces captured Okinawa after brutal fighting, involving kamikaze attacks and devastating civilian losses. Facing the cost of a full invasion of Japan, the Allies turned to a new and terrifying weapon: On August 6th, an atomic bomb destroyed Hiroshima. 3 days later, a second bomb destroyed Nagasaki. In September, Japan formally surrendered. After 6 brutal years, World War II was finally over. Germany was divided among the Allied powers. Japan was occupied for years afterward. 2 new superpowers, the United States and the Soviet Union, emerged from the ashes, each representing a completely different ideology. And the growing tension between them would soon ignite an entirely new kind of conflict. A very, very cold one, and part 2 ended.